right, guess who's back? It's Kamish back here with the LOC recap, and we're going to start with the LOC Dynasty to start. New feature here for you this week, just to give everyone a quick update on what's going on across the format. So you can see here in LOC Dynasty, you got your 1-0 teams there, and then your 0-1 team. So obviously, clearly only 1 week in. So far, it's the age crew who took off thanks to Mahomes and Herbert. You can see the top scoring 317.72. That is the highest across the format. Of course, Dynasty, there is a big roster that we do dress, so don't let that disturb you if you're one of those teams. Maybe what could be a little bit more disturbing, though, is just looking at Deuce Bombers. 169.5, a very tough start for him, especially when you compare that to the age cruise 317. Pretty interesting to note, too, Forever Rebuild, you could see 1-0, but was the third lowest scoring team. That's because he took on Deuce Bombers. So happy to eke out a win, I'm sure, for Justin and Forever Rebuild, but will definitely have to perform better to get a win next week. There's no doubt about that. Two teams over 300, no more. I got to also give him the respect he deserves. 302.20. I will say my predictions for LOC Dynasty, I ended up being 5-3 in my original predictions for the week. So not too bad, but week one's always tough to call. All right, folks. So next up, we got Tier 3, and I'm happy to get Tier 3 kicked off, obviously. But, when I look at Tier 3, it's Hot Chuba Time Machine that took off. He was my preseason favorite to win that division. My Wife is Hotter came in super hot. Jerry comes in 277.55. He was a team that I projected to potentially move up to Tier 2. AK knows 90. Here's the thing. You can see he's 0-1. 271.19. He had to take on My Wife is Hotter. That was a heck of a matchup, but ended up short. We go to lowest scoring teams, and this is where I feel bad for Dylan and New Spicy. Big Bears fan was there for the Bears home opener, and also lowest scoring team in Tier 3, which means you're the worst in the format as it stands in the tiered system, which obviously doesn't help. And then here's another interesting note. You can see Eat a Bag and Nick's third lowest scoring team, but 1-0. That's because he took on Battle Street Bears, which is the second lowest scoring team. Those teams are definitely going to have to try to pick it up for their next game if they're going to want to win. There's no doubt about that. You can see the division winners there. Yeah, three teams that I projected to do pretty well this year, and they are doing well. All right, so we go to Tier 2 now, folks, and wow, one team that's always kind of struggled in Tier 2, it's Jonathan and Jordan McLovin, and he comes out and almost puts up 300. Probably could have put up 300 if Jalen Royals wasn't out in his lineup, but a great start for Jonathan. And right behind him at 294.3, Purple Unis, another team to definitely watch out for moving up to Tier 1. And Scottish Highlanders, here's a guy that I've always loved having in the league since he's been in, active, seems to know his stuff, and happy to see the success here for him as the third top scorer. Tier 2 knows Mr. Irrelevant is under a bit of hot water. I'll be honest, folks, for people watching this video, he still has CJ Mosley in his lineup. He's been warned, and the next debacle like that, it will be picks penalties if he remains in the league. I will not penalize a new team and take picks away from a new team because of a prior owner's mistake. But if this guy wants to show any sort of involvement in the league, he's going to have to do it this week or could very well be out of the league. And if that does happen, folks, just so you know, and I don't know if he's watching this video. If you are, you should be doing more, and if he doesn't, we'll have to see if he does more. But I likely would run the team as a state-controlled team. I would just dress the best lineup that Sleeper says is there. I would not do any waiver claims for the team, just to respect the tiered system of teams moving up and down, just so everyone understands what could happen to Mr. Irrelevant. He is the only team right now that I'm having some issues with. Everybody else did a great job at their lineup across the format, so I will say that. Steenhoff, and you like that? Tough start. I mean, your first year in Tier 2, you looked great, but things are looking tough for you here. And then again, another one of those weird matchups, biscuits and gravy. You can see third lowest scoring team, but is 1-0. That's because he took on Mr. Irrelevant, and he's got to be feeling pretty happy he got Mr. Irrelevant because again, the guy didn't dress his lineup and it was a bit of a disaster. There you see your division winners. I'll give a shout out to Dirk and Memphis Mafia also for leading his division. All right. Lastly, folks, we finally made it here to Tier One, and it's the League of Champions. And obviously, this is the league you want to be in. So far, the top scorer, pretty shocked to say it's myself. I think I have a pretty decent roster, but I didn't think that I would come out of the gates as strong as I did. So happy to see Finito, my international division pick to win that division. Yeah, he came out strong, and the team that he's competing against, too good for a name. That's the team he beat, right? So heck of a win for Finito. I do have a few notes here for Tier One, so I'll just pull them up. Another team I was surprised to see, Fighting Geese. I never expected Fighting Geese to be third highest scoring team, but that's exactly what's happened. We're lowest scoring team. Well, folks, my prediction to finish last, BC Lions. So it's looking pretty good so far. Banjo Blitz, the prior champion, left you a bit of a shit pile, right? So second to last, and that's a precarious position to be in for sure. And then Age Crew, of course, is the other retired team. So right now it's Banjo Blitz that has to be on the watch because those two retired teams are the other two lowest scoring teams probably don't care as much, right? So I will throw that out there. A couple of career wins I want to throw out there. Sabatica Spartans ended up getting his 40th career win with a big win here week one. 12th man with his 85th career win gets the win late on Klenji, and Dunze delivered for him late. Fighting Geese, 95th career win. Again, I'm surprised she came out of the gate as strong as she did. And then Deuce has the precarious honor of having his 55th loss, and it was a pretty ugly loss for Deuce Bombers, I will be honest. And then Sky Blue Army and Mother Tucker, I just want to celebrate you guys for your first career win ever in the LOC. By that, I mean Tier 1. So great job for you guys to get your first win. The Mother Tucker took down preseason championship favorite Billsy Bob's week one. Danny and Billsy Bob's left some points on the bench, cost them, and the Mother Tucker took advantage. And CMAC did deliver for the Mother Tucker. And then Sky Blue Army, of course, came out really strong and also was, a team that I projected to do fairly well in that American division and is proving my projection to be correct so far. Every tier or every format will have a game of the week. The suggestions coming up, please vote on those polls. I will say for Tier 1, your game of the week suggestions are going to be myself versus Sabatica Spartans. We're 1-1 career lifetime. Ramrods versus Mother Tucker. That'll be their first career meeting. Billsy Bobs versus Deuce Bombers. Billsy Bobs hasn't had a lot of success against teams, but he is 3-1 career versus Deuce Bombers. He needs to find a way to get on the winning track. I had both those guys winning their division, 0-1 to start. And then Storm versus No More is the other game of the week, and Storm is 1-0 versus No More career lifetime. All right, folks, hopefully that's a nice little update for you and a nice recap after week one. I'm excited to see the waiver wire tomorrow, and I just want to wish everyone good luck this year and keep it going.